Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hello, folks. Welcome to a Link to Power daily race, weekly open race. I am Triceratops, and I'm joined with Nugs. Nugs, how are you today, my friend?
I am excellent, sir. How are you?
Doing well, doing well, doing well. Excited to see some excellent rando go on today. On the top, we have Lumberjack and Youngster's wife, and Telethar and Lucius Green on the bottom. And getting started right away.
We're starting off with a little self-reflection coming out of Link's house. That's exciting. And Mirror to start. Take that 100 times out of 100.
Interesting early item. And we have some early divergence. Looks like we have our bottom players heading out to the village, while Slumberjack and Youngster's wife, I hope I'm saying that correctly, heading to see.
So we got Telethar and Lucian in forests. In the woods, rather. At least we're split top to bottom. My eyes can follow this. And what did we get? We did have an early map check, so we have Pennant Eastern, Red Crystal Desert. I think that was just a regular crystal in Hera. We do have our trackers totally on the ball already with Durek and Jinxie Girl helping us out. This is going to be, I'm going to rely on you guys heavily today, that's for sure.
So while we're getting started here, let me ask you this. Which would you rather see? Would you rather see Giga? Would you rather see a green pennant turn in Nugs, or would you rather see today?
I am never not a fan of green pendant turn-ins. I think if I'm going to do a pendant dungeon, I'd rather it be worth something, so let's go with that. What about you?
Oh, interesting. I think the green pendant is the least of the. It's the least annoying of those possible options, but haven't seen Egg in a while. It'll be nice to check in our old friend. Lucius has picked up a little bit of armor from the well, and that's about it.
Somewhat dry so far. We did get the blue cane, which is kind of nice, and then the bug net that we love on Swordless.
So we have a little bit of offensive power and a little bit of swag.
I think the only reason I'm not keen on Aga, I'll be honest with you here, I've been playing in the Mentor tournament myself, and almost every seed that I've had has been an Aga seed, so I just don't wish it on others anymore. I've learned my lesson. I take it all back.
Yeah, it's too many Agos in a row can make you a little sour. I get it.
Yeah. I guess you could say I counted my Agas before they hatched.
So we've also picked up the red boomerang, and we got some cash from the vendor. But so far the village, Kakariko, hasn't really provided us much to go with.
Nothing progression-wise, anyway. Nothing useful. We do have... Everybody's going to be coming out of Cat kind of at similar times, and I guess we'll just get South Shore across the board afterwards, most likely here. This is just not pointing us anywhere yet.
Pointing us to the South Shore, I think.
yeah, it's pointing us to more checks.
Or
go to the items. Go to the items. At least they have Kane Burner here, because even Mini Moldorm Cave is going to be really annoying right now. With only a couple bombs.
Well, yeah, both Slumberjack and Youngster's wife have picked up a little bit of magic, so that's helpful for the Cane of Burna. Right now, they're having to rely on bombs to get them through most situations.
It's not too exciting usually. We got nothing on library. How's race game? Race game is nothing as well. Super, super dry CAC. All you CAC skippers would have been well on your way right now, I think. Telethar finally grabbing his mirror. Missing absolutely nothing along the way.
Are both our runners on the top Zelda?
I believe so, yeah.
And I know this because I've asked this the last time I was calming with Lucid Green. He is Neil Peart, the drummer.
Yes, he is. That much I do know. Canadian legend right there.
Big find in the dam with the bow and arrow.
Red mail from Saha's hut here, and then nothing else. Saha really not paying off either. So it does look like damned mini Moldorm is where we're going to find pretty much anything useful. And then I guess into Eastern. At least for Lucian. He's the one who knows what's going on here. Telethar's, I guess, going to get punished because he is going straight into Eastern by the looks of it here.
Yeah, he's going to find that boomerang. Sorry, he's going to find that bow and arrow and wish they didn't have the double dip.
Oh, but Lucian Greeth doesn't have arrows yet. Unfortunate. That is the worst, to find the bow and not have any arrows whatsoever. Oh, and he's running out of bombs now. And he's dead in the cave. He's not going to be able to finish this. Oh no, he's got one left. I miscounted.
Big throw. Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's what I would do as well. Just yeet right off into the pit. I think the play for Lucian Greeth is to head straight to Eastern at this point. We'll see what he does. We've already got Telethar in Eastern. Slumberjack on the way to Eastern. Both Slumberjack and Telethar are going to get a rude awakening when they get to Dam, though, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, I would imagine that bow is enough to point you in a new direction. While we're waiting for Eastern to pay off, hopefully, just a reminder to give our listeners a follow for saying thanks for all the entertainment they're providing with us today.
While you're at it, give Briceratops here a follow, and then our two trackers, Jinxie Girl and Duruk, doing all the work behind the scenes for us, and obviously Jaxie getting us set up was a huge help. We are well on our way here. I wonder if I don't know if Lucian Greeth crashed there. He did have a bit of a hiccup. I guess he's just buying bombs in town instead of buying bombs on the way to Eastern. I'm guessing he's going straight back to Mini Moldorm Cave. Nothing doing coming out of Eastern there though.
Yeah, it's really the only lead we seem to be having so far.
Oh, there's good full magic.
But even the end of Eastern would technically be logically locked because we haven't found the lantern yet. Not that that's going to deter any of our runners, I don't think.
I don't believe it will either. We're drying up a little bit though. With still exactly 0 pieces for Dark World access, so you might have been onto something with that Aga play.
Well, we found no lamp, we found no swords, we found no cape. I'm not sure if Egg is coming for us yet.
Okay, we do have a glove. We do have the glove out of Mini Moldorm, so we're at least one piece of the way there. We do have our hook that gives us a bunch of mountain now. I mean, not technically in logic. And a fire rod, so, I mean, Mini Moldorm Cave doing some work. I guess that's where they stuffed all the items to start the seed.
It definitely didn't have it in Cocorico Village or in Eastern Palace, that's for sure.
I've noticed there's a fundamental law with Mini Moldorm Cave, and that's that you will always find a weapon that makes killing the Mini Moldorms easier inside Mini Moldorm Cave. In fact, this time we found two.
Are you going to say all that Nug's Law? Is that the
I call it a nugget of wisdom, personally. Oh, there's
a big pull from Ice Cave? So Southern Shore was the right play. So despite pulling that bow, Lucian breathed, resisting the call to go to Eastern, and it paid off.
Definitely, it paid off in spades. This is going to make Eastern a lot easier, but I mean, granted, it's not even a required dungeon, and our other run is showing us that it's not even desirable either. Oh, Mitts and Back of Escape. Okay, there is almost all of our Dark World access minus the Moon Pearl. So what do we see first? Do we see Moon Pearl? Or do we see Cape and Lamp? I guess we still need a sword too. Oof.
I know that we checked, and maybe the track has helped us with it. I know that we checked Lumberjack, but I don't remember what it was. I'm assuming it was nothing.
I did not see chat. I didn't see chat blow up, so I'm with you. I believe it's nothing, but my eyes were adjusting to 4 screens at the time, so I missed it as well.
And I think Lucius doing Dark Cross.
Yeah, Lucian's in the back of Escape currently, or in Dark Escape. Our map. We have successfully rescued Grandpa there, the old man, on Telethar's side. For peace of heart, unfortunate. Getting dead rock too.
And a mountain start if he wanted to save it Quinn.
I believe this must be advanced logic. So Dark Cross is in logic, correct? But Mountain is not. With the fire rod.
I'm not sure, but that's a good question. Chat's saying yes, advanced, so that would make sense.
The old pot 2 arrows from Yoinker's wife. Just, yeah, basically everything except for like Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rod Cave, and well, I guess So Shore has been all of our items except for I guess Mitts in the Back of Escape. But So Shore was the play. Not even close either.
Yeah, so So our runners, we have some runners that are heading up the mountain, and that's not in logic, although that's not a problem for our runners. So I think that we're probably looking at the lamp maybe in Zora, or did we do both? We did Bog Rocks, but did we do King's Tomb as well as a check?
I don't remember seeing King's Tombs. It absolutely could be Zora. It could be Agina as well. Because I don't think I saw anybody head over that side. But that's pretty much it. Lucian, okay, Lucian Great did King's Tomb. Perfect, thank you, chat. Yeah, so it's Zora or Gina is where Lamp is. In all likelihood. Or Flute. It could be Flute as well in those locations.
Yeah, Flute or Lamp, and that will get us to the mountain where something has to be at this point.
I thought I just saw a shovel in Paradox, but that's my eyes must be screwing with me a little bit here.
And I
Must
think
have been arrows.
yeah, and the book was pulled too.
We did
In
get book, yeah.
Paradox, yeah.
So the tracker is just taking a little bit to delay. Thanks, Jinxie, letting us know. So that is absolutely what we do have access to at the moment.
Yes, so the mountain's rich with a fair amount of checks, but desert with that book is becoming a possibility, is somewhere for our runners to go with the options that they have. Of course, they could always do some sort of skip or water walk or out of secret check.
I think you're right with desert, though. I think desert's the play. It's a crystal. We can do it, even though the book is out of logic. We haven't touched Agina yet. Makes pretty good sense to me. One of the runners for sure did Front of Escape. I believe Yoinker's wife did Front of Escape, and benefited from nada. Nothing there.
And Jinxie Girl in chat reminding us that Hera is also a play that
Yeah.
makes sense, and of course our runners are up here anyways, so I would suspect that that's on their to-do list.
I would have thought this was... Let's try English tonight, eh? I would have thought so as well, but they all chose to go across the mountain instead of up to Hera first, and then save and quit off of Spiral Cave. So I don't know if they're willing to do that climb again without something else. But they do have Hook, so I don't know. We'll see. It is in logic.
Nice bomb jump from Slumberjack.
I feel like they're going to wait to go back up mountain until they have Moon Pearl and or Hammer for Hera. So they can at least cut back across and get some benefit on the other side of Dark Death Mountain as well at the same time. Otherwise, they're going to have to do a third, potentially fourth trip.
And I think Lucent Grief is giving us our first look at Desert. He has the book, he has the boots, he has the fire rod. We can make it all the way to the boss fight and then, I don't know, poke him with arrows, hopefully.
Or Fire Rod. Fire Rod is easily the fastest kill available right there.
Yeah, we're going to need some magic first, though.
Did Gino have our lamp? No! Stingy old man. In logic, we are basically sitting on... Here's a good call for 2 checks, and then Zora. That's it. I don't think anything else is left. And and Armos.
And Telethor found our first sword with the shovel.
That's still not in logic. Is it? No, it's not.
Because they cheesed the way up the mountain.
Yeah, interesting. So this is even slimmer. Yeah, okay. And Jinxie pointing out in chat that it's we have no items left in the Eastern, so Armos isn't even the answer. Yeah, it's Zora or it can be Hera.
Eastern is a pendant. Is it the green pendant?
No, sorry, yeah, no, okay, so Durek is right. It is 100% Zora, because we don't have logical access to Hera. Derp. We knew that.
Jinxie letting us know that it's not the green pendant. Thank you, Jinxie.
Desert is indeed logically boots locked, but it's also completely out of logic right now, with the book coming from Mountain. We've got 3 of our runners in Desert currently, 1 checking Saha.
Yeah, this game seems to be funneling us into a very specific route early on, at least.
It is absolutely very linear at the moment, I agree.
So, what do you think we're going to find here in Desert? Do you think we're going to find Moon Pearl? Do you think we're going to find the hammer, the flute, nothing?
I think we're going to find maybe like a medallion or something. We're going to find something inconsequential right now, I feel. Just because of where the book was, because we're still, our mountain access is still locked behind either lamp or Moon Pearl. So logically here is kind of nothing good.
Nothing good but a crystal.
Well, and a sword too. I mean, the sword is nice. I don't even think Zora's going to have the pearl at this point. I think it's going to be probably flute and forces to Hera, just because of how things laid out. With shovel, book being up on mountain, hook was below. Yeah, I think Zora's going to be our flute. Put mountain in logic, and then progression in Hera.
We're going to be heading into our boss fight here with 1 fire shot and some arrows.
Tellar's going to have a much easier fight coming in with nearly full magic.
I was going to say,
not having a good time with his leg, I think.
I was going to say the landmost fight with arrows is always trickier than you think it's going to be.
This is the real arrow game. The real archery game.
Nine arrows left.
I does still have bombs too, so he's not totally in trouble. But I would be trying to plant a bomb right on that, right on where he's about to pop out too, to get a little bit of extra oomph out of it.
Slumberjack.
There
also,
we go. Nice job, Lucian.
Yes. And the reward is arrows. Oh, delightful.
Telethar is on his way to Ice Rod Cave, and I imagine immediately after finding those boots, we're going to get water checks out of him. That's going to be a nice illogical. It's going to be a nice intuitive follow-up on his part.
It would make sense. It would make sense.
There we go. Hey, that's a good way to word it.
And our runners have the money to do Zora if they make it up in that area. I feel like we're going to see pretty soon, I'd imagine.
Yeah, 100% it comes from Telethar here. Lucian Wreath is doing his Eastern play. Or is he just checking Pendant? There's no way he's just checking green. I don't think he did Eastern, did he? Is he the one who didn't? Yeah, he hasn't been up here.
I think he's been to Eastern.
We're not crazy. Just close.
So we're gonna get some new checks from Telethar here.
His wife dispatching Arbos Knights for us. Showing just the map, which we knew already.
Arrows and bombs in behind the waterfall.
I think Waterfall Fairy's trying to be Upgrade Fairy. Just not doing a very good job.
Arrows on the ledge. I feel like this game is starting to be a little bit trolly. Holy smokes.
It's just dry everywhere. Well, I guess not really in Zora's Domain, but it's dry everywhere. There's our lamp. Okay.
Lamp.
So it's Logical Mountain Access. That is still not Aga.
Still not Aga. It's Hera is where we're going.
It is Hera, yep. I'm just trying to think. I don't think it doesn't give us anything else in logic. Gross. It fixes our desert though, so everything we've done so far is now back in logic, which is nice. We know we're not missing anything.
This how many hearts? We have seven hearts so far. I feel like this game has also been kind of light on hearts.
It's light on everything. Okay, so this just occurred to me. This is logically a double mountain climb required in order to deal with Hera. Because we had to climb the mountain once to get our shovel, leave said mountain, go dig said shovel spot, reclimb the mountain, and then deal with Moldorm.
Yeah, and a lot of cardio in this game. It's a good thing they have the boots. Good thing they have the boots.
Sunday is not supposed to be leg day.
M4A in chat, you're right. Every day is leg day. I agree.
Check-wise, everybody is kind of catching up with Telethar now. Telethar is he's cleared everything else. This is the last location. With the exception of Armos Knights, of course. But everybody else is kind of funneling up the mountain now as we speak.
Yeah, this game has kind of given us one path to solve its puzzle so far. What are we going to find up here? The Moon Pearl?
I guess actually, Yoinker's wife, I still believe, is Yoinker's wife the only one that's done Front of Escape? The other three have not, have they? Or Lucian Greeth has. Because he did Dark Cross.
Right, third time's a charm for the Hera pot. Is Hera going to provide us with anything else, Thugs?
It has to. There's no option. It absolutely has to. There must be progression here. Oh, my screen was delayed. Okay, we have Moon Pearl. Never mind. We're good.
Is it the hammer or is it the flute? What do you think we're going to get?
I want to see flute. I think this seed is telling us that it's gonna hide Hammer for quite a while, force us into hammerless shenanigans.
Oh, an unfortunate tumble too for Telethar there.
There we go. Just reset my video. Now I'm caught up. That was weird. Weird latency. We're good now, though. Not living in the past anymore.
Yeah, welcome to the now times where Slumberjack and Telethar are both fighting Moldorm.
We're now tied up to Moldorm 1, Telethar 1.
For a map. So I guess we're going in the basement.
Do you really go to the basement here? I mean, I guarantee to hightail it out of here. I don't even bother checking basement personally, but what do you think?
Well, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what Telethar thinks, and he is going to check.
He is out.
Yeah.
I think it's a very polarizing decision. Half the runners in our community
Mountain.
subscribe to the skip Hera basement philosophy, and the other half does not.
Well, it's one long check when all of East Def Martin is available.
Absolutely.
Red Crystal and Swamp, and our pendants in. Oh, one was in. I missed it there. The Mire and the. Where was the green pendant? Skullwoods.
There's no items left in Hera. Thanks, Jinxie and Durek. That's what happens. I missed the first half of Hera because I'm delayed. And things just go crazy on me. We have our 45 racers today. A few of them are going to be super happy about finding Mirror Shield already. As we see with Slumberjack and Telethar here, already sporting their big Mirror Shields. Bombos
in Hookshot Cave. We don't know if that's useful or not yet.
We're getting our GR info. It is Bombos.
It is right on the doorstep. One less thing to worry about, Nugs.
I'm not racing. I wasn't worried. All right, done with East Dark Mountain. West Dark Mountain, East Dark. I directionally challenged today as well. Look at me go. We're gonna get VOO.
Yeah, and we're also gonna get our first look at Thieves Town, the village. No ice rod hunt.
Nice.
No ice rod hunt. No ice rod run. No Ega. So that's two of my predictions gone down the drain.
There's still hope for Green Pendant. Our first bottle, finally. Take that. Give us one more check here with the mirror. They're not wasting any time at all for that one.
Nice, convenient find.
Sir, you seem to have left your bottle in the past. So we have Slumberjack choosing to go and check Skull Woods.
Slumberjack
Or skipping that completely so far.
Slumberjack is checking Skull Woods because they want to find out what the green pendant is for my sanity. It's very, very thoughtful. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Feels like the Pendant Skull Woods is technically Overworld checks kind of mentality here.
I mean,
I don't mind whatsoever.
That's probably more likely their thinking, but a dinosaur can dream.
This is true.
Now, if this chest in the bottom of the back of Skull Woods, if it's nothing, does Slumberjack go on to fight Mom?
It is 2 items, or is it worth 2 items? No. It is worth 2 items, right? There's 2 back there still.
Doesn't check pendant, the pedestal either.
Technically 2 left there. Man, words are hard. Why are words so hard on a Sunday?
All right, we got some heart from turning in our dwarf friend. We got the purple chest, and we're gonna do the world tour. Telethar.
This is starting to feel like a hammer is an hype cave seed. Which is hands down my least favorite place to find it. But that's what it feels like currently.
Wherever hammer is, there's going to be hype once we find it. That's for sure.
Very, very true.
Youngster's wife doing the climb in Hera.
Telethar choosing to bring the chest with him the whole way down. Because they're doing Hype Cave first and trying to finish a Bombos tablet, is my guess. Oh no, choosing to leave it there. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. So Jinxie's on the same page as I. She just got there faster than I did.
Right.
That is substantially less hype than I was hoping, but flippers are flippers.
Flippers are flippers. That lets us get into Swamp.
I don't think nobody's checked Chris Farley yet, right? The man under the bridge.
Wait, think so. I think no. We did. Lucid's Green did. They did the water walk. They did the well, and then went.
Purple chest is just spitting out a heart piece again. So Smith Chain paying out nada. Unfortunate.
All right, tablet number 2.
Couch cash? Worse.
Darrock giving us some news in chat that Hammer could be on head. Oh my.
Yes, it can. We need it for ice, we need it for mire, and we need it for pod. Logically. And swamp. Or not ice. Yeah, well, sorry. Ice, pod, swamp. Yes. Brain. Oh, we needed to open up TR for access. Good point.
There's Arcane.
I'm stuck in Cross Keys brain right now.
And Grief is going to tangle with Mothula here. They're going to let us know what the green pendant turn-in is.
This is going to be a tough Mothula fight. With only fighter sword, one shot of fire rod, which is now gone. And yeah, just the hearts. At least they're on red mail. Master sword on ledge.
Master Sword is on ledge, and our first look into Thieves Town with Slumberjack as well.
Answering chat, flippers were in Hype Cave.
Yeah, and Yoinker's wife is going to collect their lamp. Flippers were in Hype Cave.
Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat for Lucian Greeth here.
Hobo has
harder and harder as it goes on.
Yes, it's rough. Here's your answer, Nugs. Hobo had 10 arrows.
Unfortunate. Nice for Lucian Greeth getting the kill with just fighter sword. That is huge.
And big payday for it too.
Oh,
he's gonna track that piece of jewelry over to Dark Palace and visit Sashla on the way, Sarathral on the way, and turn in the green pendant. I'd imagine.
After that commitment, you absolutely have to. The whole way thinking there better be something on this stupid thing. There better be something on this stupid thing. So we've got a runner in Pod. We've got a runner in Thieves Town. We've got a runner headed all the way to the back of Skullwoods right now to get their or to deal with Moth, and one in the front of Skullwoods.
Yeah, we've finally hit some divergence after a good 40 minutes or 35 minutes of linear play.
There is a little bit of risk on Telethar's side, but I don't mind it. Hammer and Pod has happened before. It'll happen again.
Great Auntie Bob is predicting Hammer in Thieves Town, so that would be our. If that happens, that would be our second vanilla item this game.
You have Quake in Thieves Town.
Wait, hold on. Slumberjack has the hammer.
I didn't even see that happen.
It
was in the front four. No, I was busy watching the Moth fight. So there we go. Okay, so we have Hammer in front. Yeah.
All right, so that's our second vanilla item.
Yep.
That Moth fight was what I was focusing on too. All right, big find for Slumberjack there.
No, sorry, no, not. Yeah, chat correcting. The hammer coming from Thieves Town, not from Pod.
Yeah, you're struggling with words. You're struggling with words. I'm struggling with memory. What a pair!
We put those together. We have some really sketchy commentary.
Either way, Slumberjack did an amazing script and is rewarded with the flute and another crystal.
Very nice. So that puts us at 3 crystals, 45 minutes in for Slumberjack. Not a bad place to be on. Decent pace so far. Seed
Not
is
a bad
finally
place.
starting to give us items too, which is nice. It's no mode potentially, as long as we don't have to go get. No, we do have bombos. We are in no mode.
That happened really quickly.
Yeah, a couple runners. So Telethar picking up the cane, hammer coming from Slumberjack. We don't need the flute. We are covered on bombos for TR. We have everything else. So we are in no mode.
I mean, technically, Slumberjack is going to need the flippers to
Right,
get
but we
into
know where
Ice
they
Palace.
are.
But yeah, but we probably also
Yeah.
don't need them either.
I mean, they are required. You can't skip them anyway. It's not just ice that we need them for. We do need them to finish Swamp, so at least there's that. No huge time save skipping those.
Speaking about Ice Palace, Telethar is on their way in.
Fortunately, he's going to get punished here because he's hunting for the hammer.
Yeah, Ice Palace is.
Sorry, can you go on?
I was gonna say, Ice Palace is one of those palaces that are so fun to just go mode and so unfun to diligently check every single chest.
Yeah, and in Telethar's case, he was in a position where he has to choose between 3 dungeons that all require the hammer, essentially, right? But in his case specifically, it's either Thieves Town or Ice for progression, getting a crystal, both of which you don't really want to go do without the hammer. And yet here we are. We have to make one of the choices. One of them's going to be wrong. And unfortunately, he chose wrong.
That is basically rando summarized in a sentence. You have 2 choices, and one of them is wrong.
Yeah. Two rules of rando: go to where the items are, and don't not go to where the items are.
It's that simple.
So I've been taught anyway. I don't know how successful it typically is, but Yoinker's wife with a little bit of a similar moth fight, although she did come in with extra fire rod shots, but still dicey with just fighter sword. Not a comfortable place to be in, I think, for anybody.
This is a fight where it's very easy to get bodied. Good thing that they have their red mail. That's helping a little bit here.
Very true.
No. Oh no.
Unfortunate. Tough fight. I think it's 16 fighter sword hits, isn't it?
I think so. It's dicey for sure, especially with your fighter sword and all the spikes flying around. It's not a fun fight.
Lumberjack getting rewarded for his Thieves Town play. Now with hammer and flute, gonna have a lot easier time routing in their swamp here, obviously, and then getting over to ice, dealing with that. Much more comfortable position, I think, than the others at this point. Telethar about to find out that they now need to leave and come back to Ice Palace here. Yoinker's wife's still doing some overworld checks, looking like they're going to do the north road here. And Lucian Greeth gonna probably save and quit off this tablet, and I think they're in a position now where they have to make that check or that choice between Thieves Town or Ice. Although I'm not sure if Lucian Greeth has checked hype yet. No, they're off to hype right now. Yes, Chad, Telethor is minus Hammer. Hammer's in Thieves Town.
Youngsters right picking up a red bottle that would have been handy a few minutes ago for them.
It looks like that bottle is pulling Yoinker's wife back towards Village of Outcasts, which is good. Where she'll find another bottle, but she'll be very tempted to go into Thieves here and finish it, which is very good.
Hopefully, yes, because it's right there.
Yeah, with all the North Road done, I think this is the next logical step in her case. I'm not sure if Slumberjack actually did scout the island. I don't know if he has information on Kane or not. So I don't think everybody scouted it.
I don't think so, no.
But he also has not done flipper checks yet, so it's not that bad. I think that's the next logical step in his case. On the way to pod, maybe. So we'll catch that. And I see, yeah, well, both of them are going to force him into water, which is good. That'll give him the answer. Good point.
So once he picks up that red cane, there's really no need for him to drop off the green pendant.
There's absolutely no need. Oh, I don't envy this Argus fight.
No, this seed has been not too kind with the boss fights. That's for sure.
Doing it exceptionally well, though, instead of actually menuing to hammer, dealing with it with the fighter sword spins.
Green's picking up their lamp.
Oh, one fire rod short. There we go.
So, finishing up Swamp Palace, do you go to Ice Palace or do you go to Pod next?
I think you. Well, it depends who you are. With being the Slumberjack, I think you go to Pod. Yeah, I think you go to Pod if you're Slumberjack. I think if you are, if you know your information on the.
Oh, you go to Pyramid Fairy.
Then you go to Ice. Yeah, so like not having the information for Kane right now is causing a lot of wasted. Well, not a lot of wasted time, but some wasted time.
And we have all the other three runners are all in Thieves Town at the same time. We're about to get a blind fight with Telethar. excellent blind fight, picking up the flute and their third crystal. Slumberjack getting their Master Sword. Now they're just a Cane of Burna. No, not Cane of Burna. Cane of Samaria away from Go mode, I believe.
If he doesn't head down to check Island right now, I think Pod is the play.
And if Pod is the play, then they would turn in that green pendant as well.
Yeah, definitely. Is it really like with flute, it doesn't matter.
At this point, I would just want to see it happen.
Yeah.
Pod is the choice.
Hey, the only dungeon that kind of sucks is TR, because it's the only one you can't flute to the doorstep.
That's true, but it's also a quick walk to Ganon's Tower at the end. York's wife picking up her third crystal. That's right,
yep.
And their flute.
Yeah, Slumberjack's the full crystal up on everybody else. Everybody else is going to be on 3 here in a second when Lucian Greeth finishes blind. But I thought Slumberjack killed, or which one's killed Moth? Two people have killed Moth, right?
Yes, so we've seen Lucius Greeth and Slumberjack, I think.
Yeah, I thought Slumberjack did as well, but Yoinker's wife died there. So that leaves us with... Did she die? Oh, man.
Yeah, she...
4 screens is tough to watch. I'm learning how difficult it is.
Sometimes just one screen is tough to watch.
Only when it's your own, though.
Right, and we're gonna get... Is this our last blind fight of the game, I think?
We're going to get our last blind and our first Helma.
Health are banking that the... what are they... No, they're not waiting for anything. They're just going.
They're going, yep.
Going. So I was going to say, we went through... You blinked and you missed off.
Which is my preferred method, personally.
Just some cash and another crystal. Makes Telethar and Slumberjack tied, with Telethar being in go mode. Means that they get to avoid doing all the checks in a place like Pod and Ice Palace.
We're finally getting to finish up his Ice Palace and then presumably go over take care of Swamp, so it's not going to be too bad time-wise. Does not feel great coming back in here a second time, but that's okay. I think we'll just be happy to be done it. Lucian Graith is fully in go mode as well. They are going to take care of Swamp first. Yoinker's wife still looking for the last few pieces.
Lucian is not technically in go.
Sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right.
They're down a sword.
Yep, they still need to go check or see that sword on Pyramid Ledge. You are absolutely correct. So they will be checking chests. What a weird state to be in. On Fighter Sword, an hour into an open seat.
On Fighter Sword, basically being in go mode otherwise.
Yep. So Sword go. An hour in.
Yeah. I mean...
That's going to be a hard pass for me. Thank you.
I mean, minus the sword, it's a hammer go, which is, of the possible items, one of the nicest. Reason being is it basically unlocks a whole bunch of dungeons that you could just zoom right through real quick.
There we have crystal number 5 for Slumberjack.
Let me ask you this, Nugs. Which boss would you most not want to fight with a fighter sword?
Ganon.
That would be a tricky one.
Which one? Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Vidi. That's gonna be a hard pass for me.
Yeah. Maybe it depends what the rest of your loadout is, though, right?
I mean that holds true for all of them, but Vidi, even with like an average loadout, where if you're expected to use the sword to kill the boss, I'm gonna say Vidi.
Yeah, that would be particularly gross.
I still stand by my first answer.
Yeah. We're gonna get a fighter sword Argus fight in just a moment from Lucian Green.
Oh no, Slumberjack is still not scouting the island or doing flipper checks.
Or turning independent. Oh wait, they don't have the pendant to turn in. No, wait, they do. They do. They just haven't. It's not on the tracker. They fought Mocula.
There's a sword here in Mireshed. Clearly Slumberjack with the Seed Reader turned on here. That is a huge help.
And what is Checkerboard going to have for us?
It has the Force Sword I quit. Just money.
Oh no. Oh no, that's not where we want to be, Slumberjack.
There's going to be a waste of time in here.
So they don't have the cheat sheet open.
No, the Seed Reader was indeed faulty. The sword is huge, but all this time is going to be given right back up within a couple rooms here, so that's unfortunate. Telethar with a distinct lead at this point. being legitimately in go mode and finishing their crystal dungeons, even with only Master Sword.
Now, for Slumberjack, do you think it was they did and are just skipping it, or
I think they've mismarked their island at this point. I think is what's happened for Slumberjack.
'Cause that-
I don't think you go that long without skipping such an early sphere check when we had mirror so quickly.
that is going to be a last location situation?
Well, we are just kind of traversing dungeons now and doing some overworld back and forth. Do follow our runners, Slumberjack in the top left, Yoinker's wife in the top right, Telethar in the bottom left, Lucian Greeth in our bottom right. All of them have been putting on an excellent show. Do give them all a follow. And of course, follow my co-commentator here, Bryce Aerotops, who's been phenomenal to do comms with here for the first time with me, which is fine. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And our trackers as well. Don't forget our trackers.
I'm getting there.
I'm getting there. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to do Daruk and Jinxie Girl dirty here.
Yeah, good call. Those doing a phenomenal job tracking and keeping us both completely on track because this train has derailed multiple times.
All right, that is another crystal down for Telethar. They're just going to climb the mountain and head to Turtle Rock next.
Okay, so we're getting confirmation in chat here from Duruk that Slumberjack has not in fact killed Moth. He just did Skullwoods.
Yeah, and okay.
He doesn't have it on his personal tracker either. So there we go. So there's some confirmation on that.
Okay, and Lucian Green is in go mode now, picking up their Master Sword.
So it is looking a lot better for Lucian Greeth. Slumberjack's still kind of dumping time, but I do believe at this point it's probably a mistrack. And Telethar hauling it up the mountain, headed towards TR right now for their last crystal.
Yep.
Yorker's wife finishing up Swamp here just shortly. Keeping good pace.
Yes, I was going to say, all our trackers are starting to move with purpose now.
The third sword was in Mireshed. So, logically locked behind quite a bit. Was behind Thieves Town, I believe, because that's where our flute was, right? I believe it was.
Thieves Town, yeah. We got our Titan Mints real quick, too, real early in the season.
Actually, in hindsight, that third sword has been in logic for quite a while. Because we could have done Thieves Town first and gotten both our hammer and our flute. And we had mirrors super early. Flips being in hype, both we've had logical access to all three swords for quite a long time. They've just been in really dirty spots.
Is this the check?
Yeah, it is. There we go. Good call. Seeing it and immediately turning around. So this will put Slumberjack in go mode as well. Holy thunder. I suppose you probably didn't hear that through my mic, but that just scared the crap out of me. Crazy thunderstorm here.
You were just really excited about Telethar pulling a small key in the first check.
Yeah, absolutely. The highlight of the scene.
All right, Youngsters is picking up their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fourth crystal. Okay. Telethar is making their way through Turtle Rock quickly as possible. We're getting a Pyramid Fairy check from Yorgster's wife. Lumberjack is doing Icebreaker in Ice Palace, and we are about to fight Helmasaur with Boosting Green down in the bottom right. All right, and Yorgster's wife's picking up their Master Sword, so they are the Canis Mario away and Bombos away from Go mode.
Almost was Hookshot Cave, correct?
Sorry, what was Hookshot Cave?
Bombos was in Hookshot Cave, right?
Almost, yeah.
Kiefer
just
TR was on the doorstep, yeah.
Yep, just right on the doorstep.
So that's not too bad for Yoinker's wife. So she'll probably knock out her crystals down here and then go up the mountain and find her key on the doorstep.
Yeah, that's the order that you'd probably want to move through. Like that's what you would hope, right? You'd want to. I don't think that they've checked what Turtle Rock is yet, anyways. So. Doug, so when was the last time you did a Master Sword Silverless fight with Ganon?
The last time I did one, or the last time I killed him while doing one? Because those are two very different things.
A few very different things, for sure.
Just yesterday, actually. I was practicing it, trying to learn it. I hate everything about it. It is not fun. I don't wish it upon anybody. But it is a very real thing coming up here, because we are now on our way over to GT, or at least Telethar is. Which reminds me, are you a man when it comes to guessing? Are you guessing? I can't. Can we say wagering? I don't know if we could say that.
I'm a man of numbers.
You're a man of numbers. I'm a man of numbers as well, because we do have a game.
Yes, we got some numbers in the chat as well. Where is the big key in Ganon's Tower? Get your guesses in now. And
What's your number here? What do you lean towards?
you know what? Last time I saw 1, and that blew my mind. I don't think I'm going to be that fortunate again. I'm going to guess 17. How about you?
I'm almost always I'm between 6 and 13 are my two that I waver between. Tonight, I think because it's been such a fast seed, and I do wish them to find another sword in here or silvers, I'm going to say 13. Hope it's a little further back.
Yes, and if they don't find another sword or silvers, I hope Telethar has been practicing their Master Sword non-silver Ganon fight, because that's a distinct possibility for them.
Just money on the torch. We are going immediately left, one check down. You're not starting with Hope Room.
Lumberjack entering Turtle Rock now.
5 checks in, no key. Well, we're not going full left. Seven down.
Double keys for check 6 and 7.
Nice Samaria dash there.
Compass for check 9. Another sword. There we
on-
go.
Very nice. Sword in check 10. We're down 11.
Telethar is probably
Very nice.
glad to see that.
Yeah, I actually heard his sigh of relief all the way over here. And I don't think I live in the same country. It was that loud.
Louder than the thunder.
Yep.
Well, was in the map. Lucian grabbing their ice crystal.
Where do you think silvers are? Or were? Before we get to Ganon, what do you think? I'm thinking they're probably in TR because we didn't full clear. Oh! Yeah, no, we're not going to full clear it. So I think it's going to be laser bridges where we've left them.
Do you know where we left them? I'm calling it now. It is the green pendant turn-in.
No, that's dirty. God, imagine Ped. There we go. There's a.
There we go. Oh,
There's a
no!
silver. He opens
Never
one
mind.
extra chest.
One extra check. Good to go.
Wow. Telethar with the horseshoe up his. Wow.
You know what? I was so blown away, I lost count. What number was that?
Enough. That was number enough. Holy. That needs to be clipped. That was. Okay, so let me count here. That was 14.
14.
I was off by 1. Rip. Who had 14? Anybody have 14 in chat? We had another 13. We did have 14. Crowd pleaser 06.
Pleaser, yes. Internet points for you, my friend.
What do they say? Lifetime supply of free randos. You can have as many as you want. God.
What a
Did you ever go and make that extra check after you've picked up the GT Big?
Telethar must be feeling ahead.
I would think so. I would think so. Because nobody in their right mind does that room counterclockwise. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do that. I don't know why either. That's crazy. I can't wait to ask him why he checked that. I will bet you that he just didn't even realize he picked up the big key and just kept going. He's like, oh, wait a minute.
We have a couple of fights happening. Yoinkster's wife on Helmasaur and Phrynox with Slumberjack. While Telethar is doing the gauntlet.
Dealing with some of the most satisfying rooms, as I've heard them referred to. The Wizrobe rooms.
Moving effortlessly through the gauntlet. Slumberjack has gotten their 7th crystal, will be heading to Ganon's tower. And we have a vigorous discussion in chat about whether you do that room clockwise or counterclockwise.
Well, the good point where the trigger is. It just doesn't make sense to do it counterclockwise. Hitman's clearly the rebel here.
You could do kitty counter, do like an X pattern too. That's a possibility no one has mentioned yet.
I think if any of your friends ever saw you do that, they would immediately take you to a doctor. Seek professional help.
Right. And Ega 2 fight, how many blue balls?
Hopefully just a couple. And get this done nice and quick, because he should be rewarded for this. I want to get into the
That
Ganon
was
fight. It was right away. That was huge.
all right. 1 blue ball, but a nice free hit on the first round. All right, and the interdimensional goose going to come and save the day for Telethar. Answer question in chat. Bombos is in Hookshot Cave.
Lamp was on Zora, King Zora. To answer chat there. That was the last location item for almost everybody. Just about done with the big pig here on Telethar's side.
Nice double shot to finish it off.
That'll do her.
Load up those GGs in chat for Telethar, who will be walking across the bridge and finishing with a time of 1:23:51.
First in our hearts, first on stream, 8th in the actual race, however. So some people did catch the jet.
Yes, good show. Yeah, this seed it
GGs.
feels like good. Yeah, it feels like it could have been a jet seed if everything broke your way.
Yeah, no kidding. Speaking of Telethar and GG's, my man. Nice race.
Telethar, I gotta ask you, how was your Ganon's tower?
Fine. What do you mean?
So, was it that you didn't realize you picked up the big key, or were you just like, yeah, whatever? Let's get the rest of them.
Well, there's usually a small key in the same. Like, there's often a small key in the same room. I had one, so right, because that's a 4-key locked room, so there can be a small key in there with the big keys there.
Yep, but you
So.
went. I think you opened first chest, then you hit big key, then you opened one more for silvers after big key.
Yeah, I opened second chest, got big key, and then opened one more and got silvers. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
We had a
about that.
discussion. We had a discussion as you were entering Ganon's. If you're practiced up on your Master Sword Silverless fight, and I guess we won't know.
Yeah, it's not too bad with having a potion and a lamp. I had to do it with a fire rod in the main tournament, which is hard. But with lamp, it's pretty easy. Just takes a while. So what ended up happening to other people? Because I just expected to lose by a lot here, to be honest.
Oh, your actual opponents on race or on restream rather.
Yeah.
One of them had no knowledge of Samaria
Yeah,
for quite a while. which caused them extra checks. They also did Mire, or most of Mire instead. Even though you double dipped 2 dungeons, you did so more efficiently, and actually had the full knowledge earlier. Beyond that, I think a couple of mishaps in terms of boss deaths and stuff on the other 2 runners' parts, but not necessarily lack of knowledge.
Got it.
I think the knowledge is what kept you ahead.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I was late to those boots, so I wanted something. I didn't want my go mode to be sitting in Thieves Town.
You were late to the boot. You were late to the boots, but you pulled the hammer really quick.
No, I was not. No, definitely not hammer quick.
No. You having Samaria earlier gave you access to a lot of better choices. The being put in a rough position to do, well, basically pod and ice without hammer and not get the hammer in either is not a fun place to be in. But
yeah, from my perspective, I just was worried about flippers being in the Thieves Town big chest, and I didn't want to deal with that. And I was, more accurately, I was hoping for that because I felt like I was already behind from the boots early game.
Yeah, I think
like last locating my Moon Pearl and all that. So,
well, I think you actually had Moon Pearl relatively quick compared to others. In general, just because the way the seed was kind of flowing people around.
Okay. I don't know. I left the boots behind, had to come back for them. Then we got the lamp. Then went and got Moon Pearl after that, and I ended up climbing the mountain twice to get it. So it just felt pretty not great.
I think everybody climbed twice to get it. On my stream, anyway.
The seed forced you to climb the mountain twice.
Yeah, logically, anyway, it did. Yeah.
Logically, yeah.
You did not touch Skullwoods, right?
No.
Everybody else did.
Yeah. Though, if they had knowledge of Samaria,
2 of them did at the time.
What would they go into Skullwoods for?
I think just part of Overworld checks.
Right,
and the Green Pendant as well, I believe. There were still a lot of items open at the time.
Which items is, I guess, my question? Because
when
I hit Village of Outcast, I was missing. I guess flippers. They could have, if they went there instead of.
You did the route early south, whereas others chose to do Skullwoods as if it was an Overworld, and then across the top, more or less, instead of cutting into VOO early. Probably because it was going to be a very low percent Thieves Town. Would be my guess.
That's what I meant. You got the hammer early. Was a lot of people avoided going into Thieves Town for quite a while, which is where the hammer was, I believe.
Yeah. I did ice and pod and smith chain before getting my hammer. So I felt like it wasn't early, but who knows.
And Lumberjack starting their Ganon fight. So Lumberjack did not check the extra chest, and there's fighting without silvers, but does have the butter sword.
Yeah, the natural tempered was in Mire Shed, by the way.
And they're doing this fight with some pretty intense music, I just noticed. Holy smokes.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
Hellthar, what were your thoughts early in the game? Because it felt like the first half of the seed was extremely linear.
I felt like I did everything wrong. Like I went to Eastern and got nothing for it. And then I eventually ended up going to mini Moldorm Cave and got a bunch of progression. Left Ice Rod Cave with boots.
Yeah, the early checks, Eastern, Kakariko Village, even I think most of the overworld was pretty bare for quite a while until everyone got to Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, Mini Moldorm Cave was stacked.
Vinny Moldorm and Paradox and everything else was just dry.
Yeah. I was considering going into Hera when I got up there without the sword, and that would have been bad, because then I probably wouldn't have gotten those boots anytime soon.
Get your GGs in chat for Slumberjack, who is also just finished the Ganon fight at 131.17. Nugs, you know our off-screen runners who have completed.
What about them?
I don't have the list of.
I know Vortex finished first with 1:15:35. Then Koi, Hitman, Rambler, New York Rambler, Roldan. I'm not sure who that person is. That's the only name I don't know. So pretty sick. Nelson Alex, Madcap, then Telethar at 8. But yeah, Vortex finding the jet big time with the 1:15:35. Koi coming in right behind him at 1:16:57.
See if we can get Slumberjack in here as well. Slumberjack. There we go. Welcome.
Here I am. GG's to everyone.
Yeah, good game.
GG's yourself.
This
So
is
about those silvers.
yeah, I did find the silvers. I'm assuming no one else maybe did. I don't know how people open those
Everybody
chests.
did.
Oh, everybody got them.
Almost
Good.
everybody, yeah.
Telefar pulled the big key, and then the silver's right after.
We had a good long discussion about whether or not it was worthwhile to do that room counterclockwise or if you do it clockwise, and it didn't matter. Everybody just grabbed the silvers anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really spun me up was not doing flipper checks. That's it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that, Samaria, where I thought maybe there was a chance you had like mistracked it or something like that early. 'Cause
Nope,
seemed
I
like
just left it
along.
alone.
Yeah.
All intentional. I figured, like, I'm being restreamed. I might as well create content and go into misery mire. When you get the chance, you go for it. And unfortunately, the content wasn't there today.
That gave us something to talk about.
Exactly.
lots
That's
to
what I'm
talk about.
going for.
Otherwise we would have never known what was in Misery Mire. So thank you. I could sleep. Nugs can sleep soundly tonight with at least that question answered.
Oh, thank God. It was only a piece of heart and some rupees. Ugh.
Fireshed, on the other hand. Fireshed
True.
was money. That was you were the only person.
Money and a full heart, I think.
No, it was a sword.
That's right. I got the tempered sword. Yeah.
You were the only
Yeah.
one who picked it up. So you definitely had to. If you had knowledge of Samaria and you grabbed it earlier, you would have been in a much better spot.
Or if had Samaria been vanilla, I would have been cooking with heat. But I wasn't, so it happens. It's rando. I'm playing this on a Sunday because it's fun. Did anyone else get into any shenanigans?
There were shenanigans everywhere since most people were doing boss fights with fighter sword only.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighter sword bosses. Sure.
Yep, I would imagine so.
There was a lot of divergence after. God, I mean, after most of the overworld checks before going up to Hera, like basically right after Hera, I guess everybody started splitting off in different directions.
The first
Yeah,
half,
that makes sense.
The first half of the seed was incredibly linear for everybody.
The swords, and just covering what Lanavine just mentioned in chat, absolutely the swords were in really nasty spots, I think, for everybody. I would be surprised, Slumberjack, if you were actually one of the, if not the only person to pick up gold at all.
Yeah, quite potentially, yeah.
To knock out both. Well, I mean, I think getting the sword out of GT is naturally going to happen for everybody. You have to grab it, but between Pyramid Ledge and Mire Shed, I think most people are probably only going to grab one of the two, if anything. And GG to Lucian Greeth. That is the third finisher on Restream here. They are done with a... Where is it? It's a number on the list. I can find it. I can do this. Lucian Greeth finishing with a racetime.gg time of 1:37:30.
Remind to ask if they have the other two members of Rush as sprites as well. There's like a Getty Lee sprite running around somewhere that I haven't seen.
Well, that'd be good. Oh, legend.
So
Right, I do want to say GG's to my sponsor real quick. I do have to head out, but thank you everybody. Thank you chat for hanging out, cheering everybody on. Thank comms, trackers. You know the drill at this point. And if they haven't said it already, follow the commentators, follow the runners. I'm sure everybody would appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Good race. GG's.
thank you very much. Good job. And hello to Lucian.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Good game. Excellent game.
GG's.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to turn into the seed. Like, that first 15 minutes, I was just running around.
You and everyone else. There's a pretty bare beginning of the race.
Well, I had that screw up at Mini Moldorm Cave, and that just completely threw off my Light World routing.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate to go in there with almost no magic, and then they just did not behave with the bombs. That was gross.
Yeah, so then I thought, okay, well, I'll just reroute the Saha. Oh, wait, no bombs. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Go ahead, sorry.
Go. I was gonna say it's unfortunate that the Mini Moldorm Cave was stacked this race too.
Yeah, and I don't want to say mistracked, but like I completely Zor was out of sight, out of mind for some reason, so I never went up there to get my lamp, which gave me logical mountain access. And so I'm just here scrambling, like wondering, like, what's my Dark World access?
Nearly everybody last location it though, so it didn't really punish you.
That's good to know. But yeah, once I got rolling, I got rolling.
You had really good pace there through the middle, that's for sure.
Yeah, completely unnecessary for the seed, but that Mothula fight, that put me through my paces.
There's a lot of fighter sword fights this particular race. So a lot of gross fights, and the Mothula was definitely one of them.
Well, on top of that, just Mothula would not come out of his corner. Like, I'm just gonna fly up here at the top of the screen. Screw you.
It was a notably good fight though. I think we were both intensely watching. Oh, probably all of chat was intensely watching because that was really close. But I think you were the only one to succeed. You were the only one to actually be able to kill the boss, whereas like it was attempted.
That's good to know.
Low percent moth is no fun.
What happened was we were all so intently watching that screen we didn't see the camera get pulled on another runner's race. That was the first hammer.
Okay, yeah, I tend to shy away from Thieves Town when I don't have a hammer. lo and behold, like I was basically down to a checklist of places I could start but not finish without the hammer.
Yep.
And so I figured, like, I can at least finish Thieves Town without the hammer, so let's go for that. And I got lucky with that.
That was the position I think almost everybody got put into. Is if you didn't go through VOO and deal with Thieves Town on your first pass, you were in a position then where your cleanup was pick a dungeon that you need hammer for, and you don't get hammer for it, kind of thing, unless you pick right.
Yeah, something else that threw me off early on was my controller completely went haywire on me after mini Moldorm. So I had to like save state, reload the entire seed, load state.
And I was going to ask about that. You went dark for quite a while, right early in the race. So it was your controller that was causing you issues.
Yeah, the controller went off, came back on, but then like it wasn't responsive. So I had to save state, shut down the entire emulator, reload the emulator, reload state.
Oh, rough. Yeah, that's a pain to happen. That would really throw me off personally, I think.
But yeah, once it got rolling, it got rolling. I'm like, 'cause I got the hammer and things. I'm like, am I in go mode? And for a second there, like, oh wait, I still need the master sword.
And chat was asking where the other swords were. The swords were Shovel Cave, Pyramid Ledge, the Mire Shed, and Ganon's.
I was thinking I should have gone to Mire Shed because that's usually a place I like to go to when I pick up the flute. But then I thought, I've already cleared Desert. Mire's a pendant. I don't really feel the need this time to go to Mire.
You did, but Lumberjack did.
Speaking of Desert, though, that Lambo fight had me. If it moved the seed, it did not want to agree with my bombs and arrows.
Yeah, that was another tight one. That was.
Yeah, just a couple.
That had mini Moldorm Cave vibes to it. Getting close to the end, but you cleaned it up nicely with just a couple arrows left.
Yeah, and then I think it gave 10 of them back.
Yep.
But yeah, if it moved, it did not like my projectiles.
All right, we have Yoinker's wife opening GT for her climb.
I could like after that whole mini Moldorm meltdown, I could like this seed's already lost, but like still finishing the top half, I'm honestly pretty happy, all things considered, with how it turned out. You said Yoinker's wife just entered GT?
Yeah.
And Shindig Pig said that they missed Kane on Island as well, and that was also their Pokemon item.
Definitely, there's the couple like the hitches or like the traps in this one. The traps were definitely not scouting Paleo Island. There's also the traps of the swords. So like if you're forced to get the sword on under shovel, but then having to choose, you definitely needed to get one of the two on the way up GT for sure, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble, I think. So it's just a matter of which one you got. I guess there's probably only a couple people that would have finished with Master, but
well, someone else in the chat was saying that they did the Ganon Tower climb and pulled the sword.
almost in Hookshot Cave, yeah.
So missing that pyramid sword was also a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Missing that one or not, or Mire Shed rather, missing either one. Absolutely traps.
If you go full left on GT, then you're gonna miss out on that one sword too. But you look at the silvers if you clean up the rando room.
Oh, also true, yeah. There's enough keys to do it. Gross. Oh, just thinking about that. I'm glad it was their comms on this one instead of racing, personally. I'm sure there was Not referencing anybody in particular that could be in chat hearing this, but I'm sure finding mirror shields so early would have been fantastic.
Yeah, I was dashing out of Blind's cell area, and I blocked one of the Zizak beams. It's like, I did it! I found a use for Mirror Shield.
Yeah, Lampazora.
Everyone had an excellent blind fight. So that might explain, well, besides our runners being fantastic, that might have explained how it was a blink and miss every single blind fight with that mirror shield.
I know, based on like some people's in the community's opinions, like, is there any grosser setup than Red Mail, Mirror Shield, and Fighter Sword? Feels kind of gross.
Yeah, it's just a seed taunting you. I hear you like progressive items. Have all the wrong ones.
Here's everyone's least favorite item. All 3 shields early on. No swords, though. Yeah, this was a weird one. I don't even know how to describe it, because like I guess it's straightforward if you go where the items are. I guess that could be said about every seed, though.
I think there's a couple awkward situations with the fact that the bow was available so early, but you could have been incentivized to go to Eastern early without it, but then snagging the bow and wanting to go to Eastern anyway. Neither of which are all that desirable, since it's just dependent. There's nothing there to speak of regardless. So that was kind of like an awkward starting situation, and then because items dried up so much right then and there, it kind of went downhill until things opened up again. Good, York is by finding the silvers.
Yeah, there is this would have been a steed for, it would have rewarded a runner that did some unconventional early plays.
But only the right unconventional early plays.
Only the right ones, yes. So ignoring Kakarika Village, or ignoring going to see the uncle and going to South Shore right away, and happen to find some bombs along the way or something like that.
I think a South Shore start followed by an immediate, well, I guess you wouldn't have had enough money, but followed by flippers as quickly as possible would have been the most information and like the quickest stuff you could have gotten early, but who does that?
Yeah, I kicked myself because I got the boots in the Ice Rock Cave, and like muscle memory took over. Because I was like, as soon as I got the boots, I was playing like, I'll just water walk up to Zora, but like muscle memory took over. I saved and quit. I'm like, hope it doesn't come back to get me. Which probably could have saved myself some early hand-wringing if I had gone to Zora, because I would have gotten that lamp, which would have sent me up the mountain logically.
Yeah, I think every one of our restreamers last location the lamp.
That's good now. I got my bow revenge on Lamo 2, or on Lamo on the GT climb.
Yeah, that one looked a little safer.
See, having to fight Lamo with the bow, that was, I've been saying I'm gonna practice that MG for a while now, and I keep not doing it. I think this is the game telling me I need to practice that MG. So if John Snoo is in chat at all by any chance, message received. Because he keeps getting on me for that.
Thinking about Lambo 2 fight, Junker's wife is on that room right now.
Let's design a slightly laggy fight, and then let's put a fireball shooter in it.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Small indie company, obviously. $30-year-old game notwithstanding.
So, Telethar and Lucid Green. This is a question I asked Nugs earlier in this race. I'm curious on your opinions. Which boss would you least want to fight with a fighter sword?
I
Vitreous.
Yeah, I
guess.
said Vitreous as well.
Do I have any like other damaging items for it, or?
You have to use the fighter sword to kill the boss. The whole point is using the fighter sword itself.
Gotcha. Then it's definitely either Vitreous or Cold Stare.
Yeah, I was Vitreous the first. My first answer was actually Ganon.
That's valid. That's very valid.
I mean, I guess if this is not a normal seed, then if like this is an entrance seed, then Trinex would be worse.
Oh, that'd be nasty. I hate Trinex with Master Sword. Ugh.
Yeah, Trinex with Master Sword's okay. Trinex with
Yeah, but you're
Fighter
good at
Sword
the game.
is not
If-
okay.
Yeah, speaking of Trinex, another close call. I had potions, but still, I got Trinex with my last Ice Rod shot too. It's like a lot of close calls this seed.
Yeah, let's see. Somebody answering in chat too. It does seem like the general consensus to your answer, Briceratops, is Vitreous.
Vitreous is the one that sucks that you actually have to do a lot of the time. Like you don't really have to do Fighter Sword Trinex very often.
Yeah, my top three, I would do Vitreous, Cold Stare, and Trinex.
And I think we're heading into our Ega 2 fight with Youngster's wife. And again, chat's asking where the swords were. They were Shovel, they were on the Pyramid Ledge, Myers Shed, and one in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, I was like when you go into GT, resigned to the fact that you're gonna have to do like a Master Sword serverless Ganon, and then Ganon's Tower was like, I gotcha.
Well, we were having that discussion when Slumberjack first entered Ganon's Tower, wondering when was, if they were practiced up on a Master Silverless fight. But we'll never know. We won't know.
Sure, it's awfully nice of Ganon to do that for you.
Sorry, Telethar. We were having that discussion when you entered in Telethar, not Slumberjack. Yeah, this was a very helpful Ganon's Tower. This game.
Ooh, a little late on that slash. That's okay. There we go. We're off to the last phase. Finishing with a double. That'll be the end of the pig for Yoinker's wife. So get those GGs in chat, or be ready with those GGs in chat.
Yeah, nice catch on that mid teleport.
That'll do her with a race time.gg time of 1:56.41. Get those GGs in chat for Yoinker's wife.
Also, I was really worried early on when I was like struggling to figure out what my Dark World access was with my file name. I was like, oh god, the one time it said to meme it up is the time I'm gonna look like a jerk.
And we're joined with Yorker's wife. Good game. Good job. GG.
GG.
GG indeed.
GG.
How'd you like that lamp placement?
Loved it.
It
Loved
couldn't have been anywhere else. Logically at all.
Well, it could have been flute.
You could have,
So
Or
Yeah.
mushroom.
Yo, speaking of that, that was the nicest flute placement I think I've ever seen.
yes. It's like, oh no, we're not going to give you the small key here in Thieves Town. We're just going to give you the flute on the boss. It's like, okay, I'll just mirror here and activate it then.
Yeah, super convenient there. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, at least I was top 40.
Yeah, no, excellent playing. We were talking. So the seed, it seemed like it funneled you early on, and then once Dark World Access finally opened up, everyone went in different directions. What were your thoughts once you had a way to get into the Dark World? What was your strategy? Did you have a plan?
It was actually the same plan I have every time. Start where I can in the Dark World. In this case, it was the village of outcasts because of the myths. And then make a circle around. And by the time I was done with that circle, I was like, okay, one more place to check before I hit Ice Palace. And there was my Cane of Samaria. And I was like, cool, let's go.
Yes, the Cane of Samaria, for those that checked the island, was a giant piece of mind, and those that did not, it was a stumbling point for sure.
Well, if I had known it was there, I probably would have gone to Ice Palace before Pod. But I did not, so I did wind up going all the way up to Catfish.
I think so I was still looking for a Master Sword for Go mode, so I decided after I finished Swamp, I took the bomb up the pyramid and found the sword up there. I'm like, well, that's that then.
Yeah, that was really convenient. I was thinking, well, maybe there's a sword in Swamp. And then after I didn't find a sword in Swamp, I was, well, maybe there's a sword in Pod. Turned out to be right side of GT.
Yep, right side of GT, there's one on the pyramid ledge, and then also one in the Mire shed. We learned that in Lumberjack's stream.
Oh, I didn't even check the Mire area. It was like totally off my radar because Mire was a pendant and I'd already done Desert. I did Desert before.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did Desert before I even got Dark World access because the Pearl was in Hera and I did that last.
Yeah,
I think.
Sorry.
So I was going to say, I think everyone did Desert then Hera, and there is no reason to see. There's no reason to go to the Mire area in this particular seed. But Slumberjack was looking for the Cane of Burna and did Hail Mary play, hoping that it was a vanilla location, which unfortunately was not.
No, wasn't. I was trying to do a string that led to each of the crystal dungeons to make my routing as smooth as possible, but I'm still very slow and very thorough. Very, very thorough. I almost did left side swamp.
I wonder what was over there. Maybe half magic?
Well, that would have been convenient, but still a time waste.
Yeah, just a bit.
But thanks for having me on the restream. I really appreciate it. I like showing off what I can do. I mean, it's not much, but I like showing it off.
It was excellent, very entertaining. All 4 of our restream runners today provided an excellent watch, and I hope everyone gives everyone a follow. Slumberjack, Yoinke's wife, that's how you pronounce it, correct?
Yes.
Taladar and Lucius Green. As well as Darok and Jinxie Girl, who are trackers today, and Nugs, who was my co-commentator.
And obviously give Bryce Airtops a follow too. Hang out with us anytime. That was a lot of fun. I know I enjoyed it personally. I hope everybody in chat enjoyed it. I hope you racers enjoyed it.
Yes. Any final thoughts about this particular seed?
Not about the seed, but do want to remind everyone that you are the reason that somebody smiles every day. Today it was me.
Oh,
I don't have anything nearly as profound as that.
real hero is us.
Everyone's the hero of their own story.
On a
Hey,
slightly
well,
unrelated note, have a safe and happy July 4th from a Canadian here. I hope you guys have a good one tomorrow, but be safe.
Yeah, I don't have any plans, so give me a firework-free zone here.
Lucius Green, before you go, I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you. Do you know if there's any other members of Rush sprites? Is there like a Geddy Lee sprite running around somewhere?
I really appreciate that. No, I was surprised there was a Neil Peart sprite, to be honest. I like once I found out, like, I'm never letting go of this. This is my sprite.
Yeah, we need the rest of Rush. We need the rest of Rush done as sprites.
If I knew how to sprite, I would totally get to work on a Geddy Lee sprite. Maybe I'll look into it.
Yeah, well, it will make this Canadian very happy. I think we're going to wrap up here if anyone has any final thoughts. Otherwise, excellent game, good game, everyone. And thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us. Don't forget to follow all the runners and the commentators and the trackers, and have a good rest of your Sunday.
Same to you. Good night, everybody.
Have a good day.